everyone! I just wanted to sign in on here and ask how everyone is doing. I put out a Q&A video with Erin a few weeks ago, and I am finally coming out with part 2. Thank you so much for waiting. I had a couple videos that I wanted to sprinkle in there before this one. So hopefully you guys have seen the first one, but if you haven't, it's all up on my YouTube, as well as the cucumber margarita recipe video with Erin. So yeah, maybe you can make the drink. I really want one right now. Maybe I will make one for myself. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy, and thank you guys for watching. Enjoy! What are Erin and Karen's favorite anime, TV show, or movie that, if possible, to live or explore these worlds?
Princess Mononoke is my OG. I love it. I also love Spirited Away, but I love Spirited Away, but Princess Mononoke is like my OG. That's my favorite. I would say is my number one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I love it.
Have you seen, I don't know if it's called Nausicaa?
I don't know if I have.
It's a good one. It's also a Ghibli.
Okay.
And I really like Kiki's delivery service.
I love Kiki's delivery service. Oh my God. I grew up on that movie, and I literally probably watched it probably 50 times when I was a kid. I could just rewatch it over and over again. But I love it.
I just watched it a few weeks ago.
Oh my God,
amazing.
I need to rewatch it. I love that movie so.
Oh, it makes me so happy that you like tapped into anime culture at such a young age.
When I was young, they were the movies of all of the things that I was watching, the most beautiful.
Yeah.
Love. Yeah. Oh, Kiki's Delivery Service. It's so good. Even hearing that title.
Yeah. How was your guys' audition for the roles? By the way, I fucking love you guys.
Oh, love you back. Thank you.
Love you.
I was home in New York City and I taped for it. Basically, a long time went by, and I had read the pilot, obviously, in preparation to tape for it, and I loved it. But so long went by that I just assumed that it was a job that, just came and went. Then about a month later, maybe, I reached out to my agents and I was like, listen, I know that this is like a great role, so I'm assuming that there was a cattle call for it, but could we just see if there's any feedback at least, That day, literally, I got an email back and they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna test for it.
What?
Yeah, and about a month had go by.
It went from self-tape to test.
It went from self-tape to test, but literally a month went by, and I just emailed them on a whim, and they're like, yeah, you're gonna test. I had so it very much went from assuming I didn't get it to then test with Eric Kripke, our showrunner. And what I adore about Kripke is he's the most encouraging, supportive showrunner you could ask for, but at the same time, he's challenging, he's demanding, but it's what makes the show good. It's what makes the material good. So I remember we did a screen test that went it was an hour and a half, and I left it and I felt like I had run a marathon. It was really long, and it was like I tried 5 different versions of each take, and I walked away from it and I was like, you know what, this role is so cool, he's so dope, like whatever happens, it was nice to get to this point. I was feeling pretty relaxed about it, just in terms of happy I even met him. And he was really, really lovely. And then shortly thereafter I got the offer, but I got it 7 or 8 months before we started filming. It was really...
You were one of the first.
I was the first. Yeah. So it was it was surreal, and I remember it gave me actually a little bit of anxiety, because it was I had 7 months, and I'm a pretty anxious person, to get prepared for a job that I was so excited for, but I'm the type of person who will take that time to get more anxious than...
You know what I mean? No, I completely get... Yeah.
How did you audition for it? Just with the physicality and the self-tape?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll just go through this quickly, because I feel like I've been talking about it
but we only recently did press as partners together, and I don't know the answer to this, so I'm curious.
So I got the script, but I wasn't in the script, because the pilot episode, she's not in it. She's from episode 4.
Yeah.
And I was really confused with who this character was, because she doesn't speak. And she's not in the pilot, so I didn't really understand the trajectory of the character, or where she's coming from, etc. But I went in for it anyway. I looked at the sides, and the first time I read it, I said, "Oh, this is a little bit confusing. I don't really know where to go, what direction to take it in." And then I started working on it, and somehow it kind of just came.
Isn't that? I feel like the roles
so
that I feel
weird.
like those moments you have.
Yeah.
With the roles that you're meant to get, which
Yes.
I think we all know once you start auditioning and you win some and you lose most. But you can. I felt that way with Starlight. Like my self-tape, the sides were really long and I had a monologue. It took me 30 minutes to do the entire self-tape.
No way.
That never happens. And it was like I did a ton of prep, but it was almost like as soon as I clicked into it, it just feels
the dialogue, the writing.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have one question to ask as a Q&A participant. When you got the role, did direction come? Did you look up the female and the boys? Like, did you look at the source material? Did it help you at all? Like, just because we have the rare advantage of being on a show that's from a graphic novel.
After I booked the role,
that's when you
read everything.
Yeah, me too.
Because you kind of have to, whether you use it or not, you want to be aware of it,
of course,
right? And you want to, respect the source material and the writers and the creators of it. So yes, but our storyline is very different from the comics, and obviously Eric's version is very. I just got some lime in my eye.
Oh, that happened to me before.
Yeah, but anyway, it's very different.
Right.
But I always try to emulate the essence of Kimiko still.
Yes, totally.
And the very creature-like feral movements, it's from the comics. So you always want to honor the source material, whether you use it to a T or do your own version of it, I guess.
Yeah, it's an interesting process, but it's very cool to have that source material.
Yeah. Could Starlight microwave a burrito so hot that even she couldn't eat it?
Oof. Dude, of course she could. Come on. Let's not literally. I'm gonna say that Starlight could microwave, could blast.
The cheese will be
she would annihilate a burrito. Let's just say if she went to like full throttle Starlight and she blasted a burrito, it wouldn't exist. But let's say she still did it on a high level, yeah, of course. You would eat it and your tongue would melt. Like, I don't know if anyone's done this, but I've drank hot liquids before that were so hot that for days my tongue
burnt off.
I mean, she could do that easily, but she would heat something up to the degree where it would just melt your mouth and your digestive system.
What do you know? Starlight.
So if you want a burrito that's going to burn your tongue off, ask Starlight and she'll do it.
Stefan will put this in.
Yeah, exactly.
He won't, but you'll be like,
yeah, exactly.
Burrito.
I love that. I love anyone who just thinks about breakfast burritos so much that they just incorporate it into the main. Because this is by the way, I appreciate you because clearly you're someone who thinks about breakfast burritos a lot, and so do I.
So another breakfast question. This was such a funny question that I had to do it.
Oh my God.
Okay, Kipo Everyday asks, what is each other's favorite breakfast food and way to beat someone to death? Isn't that the funniest question?
How balanced that question is.
From one to the other. It's beautiful.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Breakfast food. Okay, so there's this brunch spot that I love, and it's in Toronto, and it's my favorite brunch ever. They make it homemade, so it's like a buttled. Thank you, tequila. It's a buttered bagel, classic, right? Like so good, and they make it homemade. And scrambled eggs, bacon, avocado. Just simple. It's basically a deconstructed breakfast bagel sandwich, and I'm from New York City, so I've got a soft place for bagels. Yeah, and obviously like a really strong coffee, but I've turned it into a meal. But just like a classic breakfast situation, like that, like just that.
That sounds so good. I mean, anything on bagel is good. The breakfast bagels are good. Eggs. What you just said, basically in a sandwich form,
very
would be
New York,
amazing.
like growing up there, and you just wake up and you're indulged. Like it's just get a classic New York coffee and like a breakfast bagel. But this is that deconstructed and hits all the marks for me.
But second part of the question. What's your favorite way to?
Oh my God, to beat someone to death. I'm gonna be honest.
Because we've all done it before.
We've obviously do it on the daily, but my thing would be after working on this show and like doing the blasting thing, and then also having scenes where I've just like old-fashioned beat someone up. I really like the getting down and dirty and just using your body, your super strength, and just beating like no fancy way, nothing fancy, no powers, nothing, just using your strength to beat someone down and dirty,
like
nothing fancy, fists, like just my own strength. There's something about that is very cathartic. I think
agree.
that's why boxing is fun.
I agree. There's been moments in our acting career that like that's happened before, and it's really fun to do.
I would just say that there's something really therapeutic when you're boxing or you're in a fight scene where when you picture someone that you hate and you use that person and you project them onto the person you're beating up or the boxing bag. There's something that is so cathartic and therapeutic about that, and I just encourage it.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
That
Okay, I want to
reminds me.
know your favorite breakfast food and way to beat someone up, though.
Okay, so my favorite is usually a Eggs Benedict.
You know what?
Gotta love it.
I've never had it.
What?
I don't know, guys. I don't know how.
Wait.
I've never had it. I've never had it.
I'm taking
Oh, wait,
you.
but what's it on top? It's on top of ham, right? That's what it is?
It depends. So
you
like
can do
you
smoked salmon, right?
You can do smoked
See,
salmon.
okay, then
you
I
can
can
do
have it.
ham.
I've never had it.
You can do bacon.
Okay, we're going to do that. That's our next date.
There's a really good spot.
Mimosas and that.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
down.
yes.
Okay.
Or, I mean, I love breakfast foods in general.
So
I'm gonna
good.
just introduce right here,
Okay.
like a salmon lox
I just got chills.
on bagel
thinking
because
about-
you mentioned
I
it.
just got
Yeah.
chills.
With capers. You need capers
Literally.
and the red onion. You know, cream cheese, salmon.
Amazing.
Amazing. And my favorite way to kill someone. I'm gonna say something different from last time because there are so many ways to kill someone.
So many ways,
Yes,
as
many
we
ways.
would know really
As I
well.
would know. I have got to do the face peel. The face peel is like Deanna loves it. So Deanna, she's never seen my show.
I'm terrified.
Because she's terrified of all the that I do.
You should be terrified of The Boys. It's traumatizing. I love our show, but it's traumatizing. I had someone comment on my most recent Instagram post, and they were like, "I love your show,
but I can't
but
watch
the
it.
last episode traumatized me so bad." And I was like, "Dude, I get it."
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I love it, but I get it.
There we go.
Face peeling, guys. If you've never done it, do it.
A little facelift.
Just a little yeah,
facelift.
exactly. Peel someone's face off. It's really therapeutic.
With Karen, like I'm like, oh, this is the girl I did acapella with in college.
Right.
And like to see her like ripping off people's faces and like.
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah.
You're like, wait, Karen? But now I've gotten to know her, and I'm like, how are you? Like, it's a testament to her as an actress because she has these scenes where I'm like, next time I see you, I'm gonna be afraid of you, and then Karen speaks, and I'm like, you're a marshmallow of a human being, and I love you. It just means you're a good actress.
Thanks. Thanks. How awkward are Starlight's powers before the CGI?
Oh.
Is it just punching the air or laughing,
Can I just say, brilliant question that I've not gotten before. So, how awkward are they? They're about as awkward as you could imagine because I have to get this wire inserted throughout my costume, and then I get these palm lights put on my palms, and of course they emit like very little light. Okay, so
Yeah, it's not a lot.
So first of all, I kind of feel like a robot because I've got these wires through me, and they're very uncomfortable. So we try and so we try and mitigate the time that I have the wires on. So it literally looks like, you know, we're on set. We don't have the CG yet, so it just looks like I've got these little baby palm lights. Like imagine like the light of a flashlight on my palm, and I go boom, boom. And it's meant to be epic, right? But it's that. And so it's just quintessential filmmaking. It's
You
like
kind of have to
before-
imagine it.
yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And
I
it looks
can't think about
amazing
it that
later.
way. Exactly.
Yeah,
and
it
it's a
looks
testament
amazing.
to our editors and our special effects guys because they're amazing. But is it awkward? I don't think of it that way because I can't because I'm meant to be obviously embodying like so much strength that I'm. But yeah, to be completely honest, it would be if you were like from your perspective, it would be.
If anyone were to just come on set and like watch her do it might look a little different. But because we know what it's going to look like,
we can kind of use that, and I can use that, you know, to kind of make myself feel more badass than I actually am.
which she is. Tonight is date night, or their date night.
Okay.
Get that wine. Get this cocktail. And they ask, what movie should they watch?
I'm going to give you two options, okay?
Ooh.
Because the first is a foreign movie that I've not been able to get out of my head, and it's fun. It's not dense, okay? But some people don't love subtitles, right? So my first thing would be the Argentinian movie Wild Tales, and I say that because just trust me, it's so fun. It's kind of sexy. It's kind of wild. Also weird, but amazing, and one of my favorite movies of the past decade. If you're not into watching a foreign movie tonight, which I totally get because sometimes I'm just not in the mood, I would say to go to, I've been doing a deep dive in quarantine of like old 70s, 80s movies because I think that was kind of the golden age of movies. And one movie that a lot of people haven't seen that's one of my favorites is Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown. It's one of the first movies he made. It's amazing. You'll be riveted from the moment you watch it, but it's just like a fun 70s flick. And I do think that decade in the 80s had the best movies ever. And Quentin Tarantino is so well known, but a lot of people haven't seen that one because it's very early on. So I'd say Jackie Brown or Wild Tales, but Wild Tales is amazing, so that's my number one.
I haven't seen either of them, so I have to like
go
deep dive
I love
into
double
that.
features nowadays because a lot of us have the time to do it. So but they're both amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna watch them.
Okay,
I'm gonna watch them.
We're gonna lightning round the rest of them, guys, because I talk too much. Okay,
Craft beer, yay or nay?
I hate beer.
Oh,
I absolutely despise it. I think because it's like a full glass of wheat, and I'm afraid to fit the cliche that like a full glass will make me. I hate beer.
I like it, but it is bloating.
I wish I liked it. Yeah. I don't like it yet. Maybe I Anthony Bourdain it and I'll drink a load of it and start liking it. But it doesn't make me feel good.
I am just here to show my support for Starlight Kimiko Spinoff series.
We're here for it. Thank you.
It's happening.
We're here for it. It's happening. Yeah. By the way, just the fact that our characters love each other and have storylines that are intersecting is just everything to me.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
But Spinoff.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening. This is a really interesting question, which I did. Maybe it's an inside joke between you and a fan. Be sure to collect all bird photos and have them printed as personalized flip books to gift each other. Love, all, fellow bird watcher.
Okay, so I have that's not an inside joke.
Are you a bird watcher?
No. I have no idea what that's in reference to. However, I will say this. My mom is a bird watcher, and she's part of the Audubon Society of New York City, which is like a nonprofit that looks after the health and wellness of birds in New York. So, on behalf of my mom, who's also a fellow bird watcher, I see you, I appreciate you, and I respect you. And I actually think you're doing a really cool, good niche thing. And I think that's just a bird passionate human being.
Dude, that's awesome. I would have never known that this was like
my mom
like
is one of you, and she's the cutest. She's literally camping out to make sure that birds don't fly into a building because it's reflective, and they keep flying into it. And the Audubon Society will camp out at night and make sure and wave and try and distract the birds from flying into the building. So she bird watches. In Central Park in New York City and like around.
That's awesome.
Seriously, dude, just the specificity of that I appreciate.
Wait, that's awesome. I had no idea.
Yeah. I grew up with birds. I had pet birds, so I love them. So go you. Okay. I agree with you.
Thank you for that. That's
seriously.
Awesome. Okay, I had no idea, so I just wanted to ask. What music would Starlight put on a mixtape for Huey?
Wow, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it would be loaded with Billy Joel because he's our guy, and we have like a duet basically to Billy Joel, and also his songs are beautiful and the lyrics are beautiful. So it would be full of Billy Joel. And so we did karaoke during season 1, and we love karaoke as a cast. And whenever we would go out to do karaoke as a cast, Jack Quaid and I would say that we would always do a duet, and it would be an homage to Huey and Annie. And the song of our choice was always, because we're kind of, we're very keen on each other as Huey and Annie, and like a little bit like of that earnest, very sweet dork. I really, really like you by Carly J. Epson. Is that how you put? Yeah. Really, really like you.
I love it. But last time we went to karaoke, they sang it, and it was so cute.
So I think it would be full of Billy Joel songs and that, because that's our song. It's like that very earnest, like, I really like you, do you like me too type of thing. And that's them. Like, it's always them being like, I love them, or I really like them. Do they feel the same way? It's always that really sweet, I think.
I'm getting flashbacks right now
of us
to that
singing
night
at
karaoke.
Because
I remember thinking, like, did they practice this?
Honestly, so I would say it'd be that, and then Billy Joel for the rest of the entire mixtape, and just, that would be it, But
oh my God.
I know.
That was the best ending. That is such a good answer.
So
okay.
cute. I know.
Thank you so much for
love
being
you.
here.
I love you so much.
Oh my God. I haven't hugged a human being in so long.
It
okay.
feels so good.
Feels so good.
Tequila and hugs. Therapy, guys.
All right.
Well, we're gonna have more coming at you.
Yes,
we'll report
we
for
are.
you live from Toronto, maybe.
We're gonna be mixologists.
Yeah. No, honestly, we're gonna do a mixology course for us and for you. But this, I love how I finished mine already. But this was amazing, and also thank you to everyone who asked questions because they were really great. We were saying before, like these questions are very specific and and
we love that
well
nobody
thought out.
asked them before.
Yeah, seriously, which is rare. So we appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love.
Love.
Bye.
Bye, guys.